Welcome to yourlocalnote.com. My name is Mike Stringer, joined as always by RJ McKay. This website is dedicated to promoting bands and musicians in and around the Philadelphia area, and there's many ways we do this. You can download our free mobile apps at the Android store or iTunes store. Just search YLN, and it's free, and you can stream music from the Philadelphia area wherever you are, whenever you want. And we have a concert calendar updated daily on our site, so you can find out when these bands are playing and where they're playing. And of course, we have these weekly featured podcasts, and this week we welcome problem-solving rock band from Philadelphia, and we will begin with their song. It's called Rock Song, and so we got Problem Solving coming up right after this on yourlocalnote.com. That is Rock Song. They are problem solving, and this is yourlocalnote.com. First, guys, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Introduce yourselves and the role you play in the band.
My name's Kevin. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Rob. I also sing and play guitar.
Okay, and who are we missing?
There's Brian, our drummer and singer. Actually, pretty much everybody sings, so we can stop saying that.
All right.
And Chris, our keyboard player, and Jim, our bass player.
Okay, and how long have you guys been together as this band?
Well, we actually started 15 years ago. That was me, Jim, and Brian started. We were kind of like a pop rock sort of band.
Okay.
And that was fun for a good while, but we started wanting to jam and expand. Our bass player left, and that's when we found Rob. Instead of getting a new bass player, Jim and I started switching back and forth between bass and guitar, and then we got Rob here.
All right, and when did that take place?
When did you get
10
years now?
10 years?
2000,
more than that, yeah.
2003, somewhere in there.
Okay, and was the name Problem Solving always with you throughout that?
Yeah, we were always called Problem Solving.
And where did that concept come from?
in the 90s, there was a sort of, some subgenre. There's always a new subgenre.
Yeah.
Something called math rock.
Right, yes.
So that's basically, we ended up with a name from that. And then it sort of stuck. And it's got a lot of raised eyebrows whenever we say which, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah.
Did you say prom zombie? That's
Right. Prom zombie, is that
That's
what
our
you get a
favorite,
lot?
prom
like,
zombie.
oh man, which should have been.
Or
That
we get emails from people about all sorts of things,
so-
solving problems, or how do I do this?
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens when you Google problem solving?
Jeez. Well, you have to add Philadelphia in there. Maybe you'll find us.
Or band, maybe band. You put band in there
Yeah.
too, but
But you have, your website is...
ProblemSolvingMusic.com.
Okay, so there you go. That's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
The first song we heard was from your latest album, Simpatico. It was a rock song. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Well, Brian wrote that one, and Brian's kind of cool the way he writes. He just sort of gets in his head what kind of song he wants, and I think that's basically his tribute to AC/DC.
Yeah.
Sort of. And he just does that when he gets an idea that he's into a band or something like that. He just a couple days later he just says, "I have a new song." So and then he just
So he brings it to you guys, and what happens next? What's the evolution of a song from his concept in his head?
well, we just we starts maybe he gives us a few instructions or what he's starting to think of, but at this point we pretty much we have a good working relationship, so we just we get right in there and we just come up with parts, I guess, and
So it's just your experience with each other and the trust factor.
Yep.
Is so that song? How much, in your opinion, did you think that song changed from when he first brought it to you guys to what it is here on the album?
Well, I guess,
probably not too much.
no.
I think when that song came about, it was pretty whole, and then we, figured out some,
Pretty much.
little things here and there to add to it.
Lyrically, what is that about?
Actually, I think it's about pretty much when we started. There's a lot of references to growing up in Northeast Philly, and walking around with your carrying double A's for your putting albums on tapes and
Right.
listening to your Walkman and just kind of like just going back and thinking about all the time we've been in a band. Really,
I'm sure you have some stories of live shows, which we'll get to. We usually wait until the end for some good stories, so I'll just let you start thinking about some crazy story that you can share with us later. But Simpatico, tell us about the creation of that album. When did you guys first start working on these set of songs?
That might have been at least 2 years ago at this point.
Okay.
yeah, and we pretty much I think we had half the album for a while, and we've been working on it. And we're gonna record I guess the 5 or 6 songs, and then at the last minute we decided we wanted to just put together a full album. So I think each of us really wrote we got together, wrote maybe another 5 songs, and put it all together and just came up with the whole album.
Yeah. So how long was that? You said you started 2 years ago. You're just gonna create 5 more songs. How long does that take?
Well, actually, that one of them was Rock Song, and I think we're gonna hear Beauty Kills later, and
Yes.
that both of those Brian came up with pretty much within a week or two. Another one we took an old one that we had and we had done an acoustic version. We had a more a folky album, and we recorded a rockin' version of that.
Right.
And so it wasn't very long with the last songs. We sort of did those kind of quick. Just
Okay. So influence, you said Brian brought you, he had an AC/DC week or day or moment. So influences are very important to you guys. Just for the two of you here, what are some of your influences that you can play on?
Well, as far as a band, I'd say we pretty much agree on the band. Bob Dylan and the band is really where a lot of our stuff comes from.
And I think as our sound is always kind of moving in different directions based on what we're all listening to, and we're all always listening to something totally different from one another.
Right.
Every time we get together, we'll say, "Hey, what have you been listening to this week?" Or,
Okay.
"Hey, I picked this up. Have you heard this or that?" But I think where everything comes together is we've always kind of been a cross between the band, the Stones, and the Stooges.
Okay.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
we'll go off in other directions, but for the most part, that's
Classic
where-
rock is
Yeah,
huge influence for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So the unique thing with you guys is you've been around and together for a long time. A lot of bands that we've talked to, we've even talked to bands that just started months before we get them in here. So they have different ways of looking at it. You guys are so well established, And do you feel that your songwriting has changed and recording has changed over the years?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, we were kids when we started. I mean, I was like the old man at 20, and now, yeah, we've been. So yeah, we've definitely changed, and I mean, we couldn't write the songs we're writing now then.
Right.
Like I think 15 years later, we're writing the best music we've ever written.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's one of these things. Music is one of those things where the more you do it, the better you get at
absolutely.
it. So it's a thing that if you're going to do it for a long time, you're just going to naturally get better.
And I also think I think each become more independent in what we do.
Right.
Because we don't always have as much time as we used to. So we used to get together for a whole weekend, or,
right?
Every day in a week, or
write the songs together and things.
And
like
we do
that.
it all together, and they would kind of come organically. Now it's more
like
people I have this.
Yeah, bring a song to the table.
And
sure.
See what everybody does.
Well, you probably have other obligations that you've got to deal with.
Yeah.
As everyone gets older, that's what happens.
Sure.
All right, let's go to song number 2. We'll play that, and then we'll talk about it when we come back. So the second song we're going to play is Beauty Kills. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good, yeah.
All right.
One of Brian's. Yeah.
That sounds good. Okay. Beauty Kills from the album Simpatico. The band is called Problem Solving, and you're listening to yourlocalnote.com.
You say you met her at a car show, that Mustang girl with that new ass glow. When you love them at a first glance, you better take it slow, or you lose that chance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Better love it for your dad. For your dad. Say she's got Betty Davis eyes. Even when she's telling your baby to lies, she'll be laughing, you'll be in your grave. One more brother I couldn't say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Better learn it for your dad. For your dad. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Better learn it for your dad. For your dad.
The song is called Beauty Kills. It's from the album Simpatico, and the band is called Problem Solving. We've got Kevin and Rob here. We were missing, let's see, Brian. And
Chris. And Jim.
And Jim. Okay. So, guys, let's talk about Beauty Kills. What is that song about? Who wrote it?
Brian wrote that one.
Okay.
Again, I think he said that one was based on the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Okay. Yeah. That's an old movie.
I haven't seen, so I
And
can't really talk.
Betty Davis, I think, started
and
that.
I think you say she's got Betty Davis eyes is one of the lines in there.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, he saw that one night and wrote a song about it.
Yeah, I'll make myself feel really old. Mike, that was in black and white. I know that's something that you probably don't stay away from. So, black and white movies. Okay, so it was based on that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, when he brought it to you guys, I mean, did you change it in any way, or was that pretty much the way he brought it to you?
He just really wanted he wanted a couple of really rocking songs, and that's when he wrote those.
Mm-hmm.
I think the album kind of needed that, like a little bit of a kick,
a little bit of an edge.
Yeah. So.
On that, okay, very very cool. So. With that situation, I mean, does when he comes to you and says, this is really the way I want it, you guys just are like, okay, let's just go with it and see how it goes from there?
Yeah, there's never really a lot of, I guess, dissension or no.
Okay.
We never, like, I don't think we've ever said, no, I don't like that song, or we've turned that song down. I mean, no one's really written a bad song, in our opinion, I guess.
Okay. So but you understand what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
assume at this point, you've been together for so long,
Yeah.
you know what people are going to bring to the table. And just if you bring it to the table, you know what they're expecting, and they know what they're expecting from you. So,
and we're all open to everyone's input.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try something out, and if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, we'll go back to the original idea.
Okay. So. Let's talk about the album Simpatico. Took you about 2 years to put together. Did you guys record it yourself? Did you go someplace?
We recorded it ourselves. Brian is pretty much our engineer. He has been since actually Rob joined the band.
Okay.
And he gets better and better every time. So
he takes care of all that.
Yeah.
Is he self-taught on that?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And as so when the album gets put together. With the recording, do you guys have much say in how it comes out?
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of what goes into it is what happens when we'll play these songs for months before we record them. So
right.
A lot of that's I guess where most of the production then comes in. We sort of we figured out before we even go into the studio
what you're going to do.
The recording is the shortest part.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Everything is really more or less set in stone. The way we've been playing them, and then. We find the time to record it.
Do you record it in sections, or do you record it all at once? I mean,
for the most part, we try to get like a live track, and then
okay,
and then we overdub the vocals and little.
You'll play with it there,
guitars,
but
maybe.
But
like
you want
solos.
the base of it is
yeah. We love live recording. So
okay, all right, very cool. So I guess that takes you from or that comes from your performing.
Yeah, no, we love playing live too.
So you try to make sure the songs sound pretty close.
Yes.
When you're out and about playing.
And I think Beauty Kills is one of the only ones on there that was broken up as far as the recording, because I think we recorded most of the song together,
right?
And then I did some other guitar stuff later. But that was one of the few that we didn't just do everything but the vocals, I'd say.
Okay, and what was the reason for that? I mean, did you want to just add more sound to the track?
It's probably like the loudest and rockinest song on the album. So I think like we do a lot of everything in the same room, and just I guess maybe just not get a lot of instruments bleeding on other tracks. We just sort of it suited that track to kind of do it piece by piece.
You said you love playing live. So when you have these brand new songs that no one's heard before. How much of the crowd feedback do you use to either go back and maybe reshape the song, or how much of an effect does that have on your perception of the song?
Maybe we just it'll help us pick what songs to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've changed the song based on feedback, but we can usually tell which ones go over pretty well. We have so many songs, so like we're already ready to record another album.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Chris. Our keyboard player, he joined maybe it's about a year and a half now, and since he's joined, we wrote a whole other album's worth of songs.
Wow. So what are you guys up to right now? You guys just playing shows, and then on the side you're just creating this new batch of songs?
Yeah, we have shows, and right now we're just planning for summer recording.
Excellent. For someone who hasn't seen your show, hasn't seen a live performance from you guys, what can they expect?
What do you think? We put a lot of energy in. We love playing, and we just try to play our hearts out.
Are the songs on the album pretty much what you're going to hear on stage? Do you ever expand on the songs along solos or any jam breaks?
I think lately,
Occasionally.
I think lately we pretty much sticks. I think we're gonna hear Snake and Jakes. That's that's one that the middle part. That's sort of like this avant-garde part.
Okay.
That one that could be. Who knows how long that's gonna be at the show.
All right. Well, let's go to that song now. What lyrically? What is that song about?
Well, Snake and Jakes is a bar in New Orleans.
Okay.
And so our bass player Jim, he took a road trip to New Orleans, and it's pretty much about that.
Okay. And was it? Did he come up with the music side of that, or was that Brian? Or
he pretty much had the bass line, and it's one of our, I guess, just weirder songs. It's not like any song we have, so it's,
okay.
Since Jim's taking over the bass all the time now, he really will just come up with a bass line and leave it up to the rest of us, or Kevin and myself to just see. We have an open palette there.
Yeah.
Nice.
He says just do,
So he doesn't give you any direction, just whatever you feel is the direction.
Yeah, almost no direction. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, very
He'll tell
cool.
us what he likes, but
All right, so this is all, the music you're hearing is all off their album, Simpatico. This next song is called Snake and Jakes. We're talking with Problem Solving on yourlocalnote.com.
Catch the bus if it shows up. It's good luck. You don't give up. Wish to sleep and stay out late. I want a truck. I need good luck. My olive branch, it always breaks. Favorite bar, Snake and Jakes. New Orleans, my last name is for real, and I need some peace and quiet. Miles maiden name, Steel. Who cares? You're drunk. Shut up. Play Sonic Youth like Rather Ripped or George Harrison. I want a truck, but I need good luck. My olive branch, it always breaks. Favorite bar, Snake and Jakes. I tripped in New Orleans. The last name is for real. I need some peace and quiet. With Miles maiden name.
That is Snakes and Jakes. They are problem solving, and it's all coming off their album, Simpatico. You're listening to yourlocalnote.com. Guys, where can we get this music right now?
You could download it at problemsolving.bandcamp.com.
Okay. And some of your other sites we can get you on, social sites?
We're on problemsolvingmusic.com, and Facebook page is.
I don't know. I've never searched it before. So I don't know how to,
You can type in. You can type in problem solving.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
It might be problem solving music. we're real professional here. Don't worry.
And we're on Twitter, and it's problem solving music, all one word.
Okay.
But problem solving has no vowels in it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Problem solving without the vowels in solving.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or no
Problem solving.
vowels in problem or solving, but then music.
Music does have vowels.
Probably some real mathematician took the actual problem solving.
That sounds like a problem on its own.
Yeah, right.
But if you follow them, then you solved it. All right. Your show's coming up. When's the next time people can see you play live?
Be Friday, June 14th at the Moose Lodge in Phoenixville. And then July 14th.
At the Mayfair Farmers Market. That's in Northeast Philadelphia, and that's in the morning. You can witness a band actually get up before noon.
That's you guys doing a full band, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much all acoustic, but it's like our other side.
Okay, so you do switch it up for certain venues.
Yeah, we really like to change it up, just be different.
So do you have two different sets, or do you do different versions of the same songs?
Well, we have different songs that there's songs that we only do that way, and then there's songs that we translate.
Mm-hmm.
Just do acoustic versions.
Okay.
Or even just like change up the whole feel of it and do like a even more folky version of the song. So some of them sound close to what they are, just acoustic.
Right,
you know.
right. And we talked about Simpatico. Do you have any other albums besides Simpatico, EPs?
Yeah, the one right before that was called Waves and Plagues.
Okay.
And that was that's a really good one.
Okay, and that's available on Bandcamp.
I think they're pretty much all available on Bandcamp.
Okay. So how many EPs and albums have you had?
Oh Lord, since
Under Problem Solving.
Yeah, probably definitely close to 10.
Okay. Are several of them just all acoustic, since you guys do both?
Well, we have one called Light of Souls that's all acoustic.
Okay.
That's 7 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of just acoustic songs will appear on the albums.
Okay.
That sort of mixed in with the other rockin' songs.
And how many of those were produced by Brian?
All but the first 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're obviously happy with the way he produces it.
Yeah, he's great.
Did you struggle with other people? Did that sort of force Brian to say, you know what, I'm not happy with the way they're coming out?
The first 2 were recorded by a guy named Chris Alucius, and he was great. Like those albums sound good. Just we just kind of like the control, I guess. And Brian he took an interest in it. And as long as he wanted to do it, we were all for him getting better at it, and each one got better. So
well, just like everything else.
Exactly.
So you like the way things are progressing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Will the next album be a mix of acoustic and rocking songs, or are you going to lean more one way or the other?
Probably lean more towards the rocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the way we play them at our rock, the bar shows. And
okay.
Like that.
Very, very cool. We'd like to also, delve into your history as a band, as far as shows. Any memorable shows you can share with us?
We had friends of friends. I don't even remember how we got in touch with these people or at this point, but they had this giant party at their farm in Chester County, down in like Oxford, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On a farm.
And it was called Hannastock.
And they would do it once a year, and we kind of became like, I guess, a staple at it. So we played, I think, 3 years in a row.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it got more interesting each year. Like, and it was one of the coolest stages I played on. They just pulled in a big flatbed.
Oh, okay.
And, so we just played on the back of a flatbed.
Nice.
And, that was neat. I think the one time we actually we started the show with our acoustic.
Okay.
And then a couple bands played, and we ended the show with our rockin'.
Okay.
So that was
All right.
bookended the whole thing.
So is it an all day type of thing? Is it?
Well, everyone camped on the property.
Oh, really?
It was like, yeah, it was a weekend of debauchery.
Okay. I'm sure some interesting sights.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Very cool. All right, guys, that's great. Let's talk about the last song we're going to play here. It's called "You're Right." What is that about?
Well, I wrote that one. That was it was kind of about it's like about work really, and people I work with. I used to work with. I'll say that. I don't want to. Yeah, and it's.
Okay.
I worked a long shift in the middle of the night, and these are guys you just see all the time.
Right,
and
right.
there was one particular guy that it just got to the point where you just say, you're right. Like you just
to get him away
just
from
like,
you.
Yeah, okay.
Does he know this song is about him?
No, he doesn't. He does not.
That's cool. That's cool. So you came up with that song. Was it the same way? You brought it in and basically direct. It sounds like the person who writes this song sort of directs the way the band wants
Brian,
to do.
Well, he's like an English teacher, and he actually kind of helped me finish the lyrics.
Oh,
and everything.
okay.
And that helped me as a songwriter a lot. Just even like seeing the way he, I guess, rewrote my lyrics or just wrote it. Like just watching him do it, it was pretty. It helped me out. And,
Okay.
and ultimately made a good song. So
Nice. So you guys work with each other on that type of stuff.
So yeah, it's really open like that. And
Very cool.
We've been friends for so long. It's,
Right. Very
just
cool.
love working with these guys.
All right, guys. Well, we really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And, of course, again, let's go over where people can find your music. ProblemSolvingMusic.com is your website. And then Problem Solving on Facebook. Just either type in Problem Solving or Problem Solving Music. And we got to go over the Twitter again. It's Problem Solving without
I'll spell it.
without the vowels. I love that.
So it would be PRBLMSLVNG music.
Nice.
There you go. And then the Bandcamp is where you can actually get the music and find the albums.
Okay.
Problemsolving.bandcamp.com.
.com. Very good. All right, guys. Again, thank you again for hanging out with us. We'll get to their last song in just a second, but just want to remind you, next week we've got another podcast, a brand new podcast that we'll be featuring here. Also, don't forget, you can get our newsletter that Mike sends out, and you can, if you want to join in with the newsletter, just contact us at contact@yourlocalnote.com. And, of course, don't forget our apps, free apps, YLN, at the respective stores that you can search at. And we'll also, don't forget, we stream 24/7. All right, the final song here is called You're Right from the album Simpatico, and the band is Problem Solving on yourlocalnote.com.